Get the Funk Out happened to be more successful in Europe. It was actually a dance club thing. People were digging it. We did a remix, and like we went over to Europe at that time. And while we were touring there on the back of Get the Funk Out, the record company had called us, and I think it was just before we left. Actually, before we left for Europe, they called us and said, "Look, the song Get the Funk Out. I mean, more than words. It's getting played on a Midwestern radio station, and people are calling for it. And the radio station, everybody seems to think this is it. It's not what you guys do normally. It's an acoustic ballad, but like it's really working. Do you want to go with it?" The record company at the time, A&M, they gave us the option. They didn't push anything on us. They said, you could either come back and we'll stick with it and we'll make a third record, or we could release this track and see what we can do with it while you guys are off in Europe. And we were like, well, look, it's our song. We like the song. Okay, go ahead. So they released it. We left for Europe to tour on Get the Funk Out. And by about 3 or 4 weeks into that extensive tour, we were getting blow up phone calls that like radio was picking it up like crazy all over the place. And not just rock radio. It's began to cross over to top 40 radio. I mean, you guys would know, like Kiss 108 in Boston started playing it. And then suddenly it was a runaway hit. And by the time we got back from Europe, we were coming back to a whole different America.